Hello, everybody. My name is Bulelani Tseu, and I'll be the presenter of the brand new show entitled Military Justice and the Law. I am a decorated military officer serving in the South African National Defence Force for a period exceeding 20 years. That's a long period, right? However, the past 13 years, I have served as a military law practitioner with the main function of being a prosecutor in the military courts. So I'm a holder of various qualifications, including the Doctor of Laws degree. So in my view, I think I've got a considerable experience in the field of military justice and military law at large. So one may ask himself, why the show? The reason is simple. Military justice is relatively unknown by civilians. And even some soldiers who have an idea of it, they do not have an in-depth knowledge of what goes on in military courts. So the rationale behind the show is founded on the desire to examine whether processes and procedures in the military courts are consistent, with the provisions of the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa in 1996. So that is basically the focus in this particular show, because we've been told by courts, particularly the Constitutional Court, that soldiers are citizens in uniform. They are entitled to the rights that are enshrined in the Constitution, except those rights that are basically limited based on the exigencies of military service. So our legal system, military legal system in particular, predates the Constitution. So therefore, in my view, it is important then to zoom into these processes that apply in the military courts to see whether they pass constitutional muster. So that is basically the reasons behind the show. And the show will benefit lots of people in the sense that civilian lawyers often come to military courts and represent military accused in our military courts. And experience has shown that their lack of understanding of military affairs tend to be an impediment in the speedy finalization of cases and aspects related to that. So civilian lawyers will get to understand how the military justice system operates. Also, students of law will get to understand the system of military justice, particularly taking into account that military courts try military accused for various offenses, including criminal matters. So there is an aspect of criminal law within the military justice system. Moreover, judicial officers who preside in the civilian courts also will benefit, because civilian courts and military courts enjoy concurrent jurisdiction. In other words, a military accused or a soldier can be tried in both the military courts or the civilian courts. Again, here, experience has shown that the lack of understanding of military matters or military affairs by civilian judicial officers has led them to, has resulted them, in a space where they had to make decisions that are not supported by facts on the ground. In actual fact, such decisions, are made in the dark or were made in the dark. So those cases will also be discussed here. So it will therefore be important for those judges as well and magistrates to a greater extent as well to understand how we as a military operate. So having said that, it is therefore important that I make mention of the fact that even civilians who are not associated, with the law or the military in somehow, to be interested in this system of justice, taking into account that soldiers have a duty to protect not just the territorial integrity of the Republic, also they have a duty to protect the freedom of its people. So one will think that soldiers, as people, who are not only sworn allegiance to the Republic, they are also prepared to die in defense of this Republic, who will be taken very seriously, particularly with regards to how they are treated, in the military courts. So that is the reason behind the show. So what will happen next is that I will be presenting the first episode, because this was just an introduction to the show. The first episode, will be presented later, where military law, military justice, and military discipline are explained. So until next time, take care. Please press the subscribe button, so that you can keep on producing the high caliber content. Brace yourselves. Big waves are coming. Thank you.